Back in 2010, I got my first game, and it was about Star Wars, and that game was Lego Star Wars for the DS. Show a pic of what I looked like then. No, that's not what I looked like. That's a little bit too far, but look how cute I look. Ugh, that's me when I was 8. Ugh, go back a little bit. Okay, that's me when I was 6, but I was 5 in 2010, so let's just stick with that because I can't find a picture of me when I was 5. So if you couldn't already tell, I have a lot of nostalgia for this game. This was my first game I ever got, like, besides those edutainment ones. So technically it's actually Wii, Lego Star Wars Wii, that was my first game, but my Wii doesn't work, so I count the DS one as my first game. So without further ado, let's get into this review. Okay, so I've talked about this before on my channel, but the cutscenes in this game are really bad. Like, really bad. Okay, so let's not nitpick on the cutscenes too long. Let's get straight to the gameplay. And yeah, this game does play really well. Like, it's so satisfying killing things with your lightsaber. But not every level is as satisfying as a Jedi level. More on that later. One thing that is consistent, though, is that the bosses are really easy. All you do is hit them with your lightsaber a little bit of times, and then they go away, and then you gotta chase after them and hit them more. Until you actually beat them. Boy, I can't think of a single game that has bosses that you have to chase after. Can you? Now, some people say they don't like the puzzle formula in LEGO games, but honestly, I think they're kind of fine. Sure, they could be a little harder, but I think they're fine. So, the game is split into 2 parts with 3 worlds. The first part is the first 3 prequels, and the second part is the first 3 movies ever made. Okay, so I don't have a segue planned into this, so I'm just gonna say, let's get back into my complaint about not all of them being Jedi levels. The top-down shooter levels are not that fun. Shooting at enemies is not fun. I would rather do it with a lightsaber, and that one pod racing level is just, ugh! Phew. Okay, got that off my chest. Also, I wouldn't really call this a flaw or a compliment, but the game is just really easy because there's no live system or game over system. If you die, you respawn back. It's so easy. I wouldn't call that a flaw. The only reason being is because, well, it's easy. Don't you like to complete easy games rather than hard games? But I wouldn't call it a compliment either, only because, really? Like, are you that cheap to not make a live system? Okay, so back to the good stuff. Now, another thing I like in the Jedi levels is that you can use the Force in them, and it cannot feel any more smooth than it already is. It feels really satisfying to use the Force. Like watch this. Yes! Now, speaking of Jedi abilities, you can double jump when you play as a Jedi. Not when you play as someone just with a blaster, though, which is unfortunate. Okay, I still like this game despite all the flaws. And there's another one coming, sorry. So there are 2 modes, story mode and free play mode. And when you pick free play mode, you get to pick any character you unlock and play as them in the thing. Now, there are also things to collect. And, well, what's the point of free play when there's no replay value of collecting things? You're exactly wrong, there is too much of that. So, you gotta get a lot of coins to get the True Jedi Story achievement kind of thing. I don't know what to call it. And to get some mini kits and things to collect, you have to play free play many times. Okay? So, that's why I am not a completionist, because I don't like replay value like this. I just like it simple, not too much of it. Despite the whole wealth of flaws, I love this game. Number 1, because of nostalgia, and number 2, because it's fun to play. I actually recommend it. It's one of the best LEGO games ever made. So I know GameStop and all those stores don't actively sell DS games anymore, but if you find a used one, get it. It is really fun. Please, I just ask you to play this game.